He's matching the curtain.
I try to blend in.
Yeah, that's it. Wow.
Oh,
Where are you? Well, I can only see your face.
Hi everybody and welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are as always your hosts Arne and Carlos.
And today Arne is blending with a curtain and we are back with a new episode. We do get a lot of questions about cast on. What cast on do we do? And both Arne and I really enjoy.
We're so boring. We do one.
Yeah, well, we're going to teach you guys a lot of cast ons in this year, but actually we we prefer the long tail cast on, and that is the one that we do always. Although there are other options.
I've tried some others, but I'm always back on the long tail because it's kind of quick.
Yeah, so today we thought we'd do a little video. We're going to revisit the long tail cast on. We're going to show you how we do it, and we're going to give you a lot of tips and ideas and tricks and talk about that.
Yeah.
So,
and we have some beautiful needles from your mother.
Yeah. Yeah, my mother was a really good knitter, but she's not into knitting anymore because she has issues with her eyes. And so she gave us all of her very beautiful needles.
Yeah. So let's see if they're too long.
Yeah.
So let's do the long tail. When we start the long tail cast on, we eyeball the yarn normally, but there are I think there's a trick.
Yeah, I heard about a hack that I haven't tried it on. I haven't tried it yet, but it does make sense. So one of the tricks I heard is that you wrap around the needle the number of stitches that you need.
So one time like this, or
maybe around both needles, I guess. If you take both needles. And
then you have a lot of yarn.
Yeah, exactly. So
you double as much as you need, or
no? If you need 40 stitches, you wrap around 40 times. 40 times.
Okay.
That's the hack I heard. And why don't you try it?
Okay, so one.
Yeah, because normally once you do this often, you get experience. You're able to eyeball it. You're able to see how much you need, and there is a little trick if you do run out of yarn. There is a little trick that we'll show you as well.
But say if I have a sweater and maybe I need 240 or 50 stitches, so 500 times around the needle.
No, 240 times.
Okay, so then I have 20, and then a little bit for the tail, for the road.
Yeah, try that and see what happens. See what happens.
So 20.
I mean, there's always a first time for everything, isn't there?
Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6,
7. 12. 13.
Wait.
Whoops. Splitting the yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah, these needles are really great, Arne, I have to say. And I'm glad my mom kept them all this time.
Yeah. And that was the little bit for the tail. Yeah, it should work.
A little extra. And then you can
normally eyeball it.
Yeah, you normally eyeball it. I do too. But this is a tip I heard, and it works. So we just tried it, and it does work.
We tried it, and it worked.
Which is really great.
When you have, say you have the ball of yarn, and you're gonna do the long tail cast on. Normally you grab the yarn like that, and you start like this, and then the tail end up over the thumb. But it's not. It doesn't have to be over the thumb. So let me show first. Let's do the way we do it first. So the yarn, we just put the needle under and put the finger on the yarn, and then we
make a kind of a triangle.
Yeah. So the one end goes over the thumb and the other one over the index finger, and you hold it in your hand like this, and the needle go under the yarn and you hold it.
With your index finger?
Yeah, then you bring it towards you, go into that hole and grab the yarn.
And wrap it.
And back, and let it go, and you tighten it up with the thumb.
Yeah.
And then you move your index finger on this hand and hold that, the last stitch you did. You go to the front, in there, pick it up and bring it out and wrap. And then you see, for this now you have almost half a centimeter. And then that should be a good distance for this yarn. But when you hold the yarn like this, the distance comes by itself. So you won't have a tight cast on. So you go like this, And now the yarn was over, the tail was over the thumb, which I guess you heard many times that you should have the yarn over the thumb. And then when you start knitting, you go back like this. And if it's, say you want a purl and knit and purl, if the first one is a purl, you see, it also said that yarn to the front. We don't do that. We just go under like this because you can't go in. You can't knit it anyway. So the yarn normally goes like this, but you don't say it because you can't get in there if it doesn't go. So now you see the tail was hanging, so that's no problem.
Yeah.
But if you do it the other way, say you suddenly have the tail over the pointing finger, index finger, and you have the yarn from the thumb over the yarn from the ball over the thumb, and you start casting on. It doesn't make a big difference. So under, grab the yarn in front, and pick up and pull. In front, pick up the yarn from the index finger and pull with the thumb. So go like this. So let's see what happens when you come to the end now with the yarn from the ball over the thumb. And nothing happens. So now the tail is on that side and the yarn on that side, and you go back. And now you have, say you have a purl first. So you just take it off, and then it goes back and purl. These are a little bit long.
These needles, yeah, they're very long.
Oh.
Very cool, Arne.
See, and not much happened. Now you can pull the first stitch with the tail if you want, but it's no big deal.
So it works anyway.
It works anyway. And if you think it's hard to start the way we start, just by holding the yarn like over the thumb and the pointing finger, and you just put the needle under and you grab it and you do this. If you think that's hard, you just make a loop like this. And you start from the loop.
Yeah, which is what I normally do.
Yeah.
That's the way I like doing it.
So that's another way to do it.
So I have a question, Arne.
Yeah.
Say I wrapped my yarn around the needle 200 times, right? Because I needed 200 stitches. And then when I'm doing my stitches or casting them on, suddenly I realized that it's not enough. I need 18 more stitches and I don't have enough yarn.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Then you just, if you have a ball like this, you just take out some yarn and you cut it and you start again.
Can you please
from
show
the
me?
Yarn, because it's not a big deal if it's not enough. If you have a ball where you can take the yarn from the inside, it's even easier.
That's perfect, yeah. Because nobody wants to unravel 250 stitches because they need another 12.
I have done this so many times because sometimes there's not enough yarn for the cast on, and say you end up like this, so you can have a little bit more.
Yeah, just to do a realistic demonstration.
It's not enough. Okay,
so
I take out as much as I think I need for the rest.
Okay.
And then I just continue. With this one.
And what you do later on is you just weave in those ends.
You weave it in like
easy
you normally would do. So there's no big deal. You will weave in at the end anyway, because you will have the last tail.
Yeah.
But if you have two tails hanging in the middle of the rib, it's no problem because you sew it in. So you don't need to unravel all the time if you don't have enough.
And you don't need to stress. Now you know, if you didn't use or save enough yarn, it's not the end of the world. You don't have to start over again. So you can forget about those stitches or those times you needed to wrap around the needle.
But there's no shame in unraveling, Carlos. Because if you love knitting, you don't mind because you think it's so fun.
That's true.
So you just do it one more time.
However, I like to save time. I don't like doing things twice if I only need to do them once. But I do agree with you. You have the right philosophy of a knitter, that you love knitting so much that you don't mind unraveling. But for those of you who do, or for those of you who get anxious, you know, is it called chicken knitting or knitting chicken or something? And you know, if you don't want to, you know, start casting on, and then you're wondering for 10 minutes whether you're going to have enough. Now you know, you can put your mind at ease. You have enough. Just do yarn chicken. That's what it's called.
And now I did like from old, like I just didn't think about it. I just did it. So when I have those two tails, I just do this.
And it's gone.
So they're like stuck together a little bit. And then when it's finished, I sew them in and it's gone.
So you can set all your fears aside. We're here to help you and give you good tips.
Knitting help.
And advice. And there you go. This is what we know about the long tail cast on. It's our favorite. It's easy.
That's the one
and it gets the job done, which is the main thing. I mean, it gets the job done. And anything else you want to add, or should we do some formalities? Or
formalities?
Yeah. Okay.
And we can save the yarn for next time.
Yeah, we'll save the yarn for next time. I'm gonna go have a good look at my mom's needles. They are very nice. My mom is from Spain, so she knits she knits everything flat, or used to knit everything flat and then sewed it together. So everything's knitting in pieces.
No circular in her stash.
No circular needles in her stash at all. She's never worked circular needles at all. No. So different cultures, different ways of knitting, as we all know. We're all different.
And she do this.
Yeah, and exactly. She put the needle under her armhole.
Like that.
And always are good. So it's the end result that counts. That's what we always say. And we always say that it's really easy when you know how. So just get those needles, start casting on and start practicing, and you will be a master at the long tail cast on sooner than you know.
It's easy.
It's really easy.
When you know how to do it.
So please give us a big thumbs up and comment and engage with our episode if you've enjoyed it. Make sure to put on your notifications bell if you're a subscriber, so that you never miss an episode. ARNE and Carlos family still keeps growing, and we are very grateful and thankful for all our supporters and all our subscribers. If you're not a subscriber, there is a lot of fun going on here. Mailing list is a must if you want to know what's going on. I mean, at some point, we do hope to start traveling again. And we never announce our tour schedules on social media, only through our mailing list. So you really need to get there if you want to have a chance to meet us.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
We will see you again soon.
Long tail cast on.
Yeah, we'll do the long tail cast on until
next time.
Until next time, yeah. Bye.
Bye.